I'm recording. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome to ICBSU Team Express Pros Zoom. I am so lit up and excited you all are here tonight. We've got some astounding, I like that word, astounding training, gonna blow your socks off. And I know all of you were like on pins and needles at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Eastern, like, where are we going to Top Achievers? We're going to Cabo San Lucas. And you're like, yes, I'm gonna brush up on my Spanish. And Debbie Beebe's gonna learn Spanish. Like, how exciting is that? We're all gonna go to Cabo because I know on this team, we are top achievers and we're all gonna go together as one big fun family. Tonight, before we get started on our training, I'm going to go over recognition like I always do. And I have a few special shout outs, but first I'm going to go with rank advancements. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through as quickly as I can with the enrolling sponsor first and then their new consultant. So that's how I'm going to read it, and show me really fast before I switch screens. What do you do when I announce the newest teammates, the newest consultants and their enrolling sponsors? Yeah, right? Because what you give out, you get back. So when we celebrate others, we get to be celebrated. When we're happy for others, that happiness comes back to us in multitudes. So here we go. All right, so 17 new rank advancements this last week for this team. Now, let me just tell you, Isogenics also had one of their best days on Sunday. When our special was ending on Sunday, I think they had the most customers join in a very long time. So can we say momentum? Yes, we can. Not just for Isogenics, but for this team. So congratulations, because you guys were pivotal in that. So here we go. Enrolling sponsor, Chris Tanaka, has a new consultant, Kim Rose. Woo-woo! Enrolling sponsor, Tara Poston. New consultant, Tammy Poston. Woo-woo! New, not new. Enrolling sponsor, Matt, is it Oaks or Okies? Oaks? Oaks?
It's Oaks, but I'm at a ball game, so.
Okay. No, you're good. Okay. Enrolling sponsor, Matt Oaks. Consultant, Amanda Oaks. Enrolling sponsor, Matt Oaks. Newest consultant, Gabe Bonuff. Boruff. Okay. Enrolling sponsor, Tracy Calvert. Newest consultant, Lisa Vest. Enrolling sponsor, Chris Tanaka. Newest consultant, Julia Chase. Enrolling sponsor, Alvy Shepard. Newest consultant, Chris Bray. Enrolling sponsor, Dr. Colleen Olitsky. New consultant, Don Guthrie. Then we have enrolling sponsor, Renee and Mike Caney. New consultant, Amy Imoyen. Sorry if I butcher your name. Enrolling sponsor, Renee and Mike Caney. New consultant, Nancy Fitzer. Enrolling sponsor, Alvy Shepard, with a new manager. Congratulations, Matt Oaks. Enrolling sponsor, Vanessa Aquino. Easy for me, right? New consultant, Paul Alvarez. Enrolling sponsor, Karen Lewis. New consultant, Leonard Lewis. Woo-woo! I had to throw woo-woo in there. I hadn't done it yet. Okay, enrolling sponsor, Dom Broski. Jeff Beebe, I am smelling electrical fire. Can you just take a glance around the house? I'm smelling electrical fire a lot. Okay, enrolling sponsor, sorry about that, you guys. Wesley Dombrowski, and new consultant, Sally Loscom, woo-woo. Enrolling sponsor, Olivia Barr. New consultant, Nikki Carr, woo-woo. All right, and enrolling sponsor, Debbie and Jeff Beebe. New consultant, Christopher Coles, who is on our call for the first time tonight, woo-woo. And enrolling sponsor, Debbie and Jeff Beebe. Okay, thank you. New consultant, Robin Sieglum. So congratulations, everybody. Like, this lights me up. This is the thing. This is the happy. This is the let's do this. I want to give a special shout out. And if you got your first 5-cycle bonus or the second half of your second 5-cycle bonus, go ahead and put it in the chat. Me, we want to celebrate you. I just happen to know that she got her second 5-cycle bonus and got the $250, which now equals $500 for both hitting the 5-cycle bonus both times. And that's Lisa Brannon. So congratulations for that. That is like so good. And I want to give a shout out to our top enrollers. So really quickly, we have our top enroller. We have Andrea Metzler. She did 5 enrollments last week. And then we have, congratulations, we have Chris and Lee Harville and Christina and Paul Potter with 4 enrollments last week. We have Renee and Mike Caney also with 4. Then we have Nina Garwood, Cheryl Gracia, Adrian Ressinger. You guys, these names are this big, I promise you. With 3 enrollments. And then we have a whole bunch of people with 2 enrollments. And I just want to say, if it's your first time hitting, 2 enrollments and hitting, put that in the chat. We want to congratulate you. I want to just say, Jennifer Ramos, I saw your post in ISABEST U that it was your first time. So congratulations there. And I want to give a shout out to Laura Wagner, who's been with us for about 5-6 years. And I know that she's just really recommitted, and she hit 2 enrollments. And there was a bunch of you that hit 2 enrollments, a bunch of you that hit 1 enrollment. And I just want to say, if it was your first, or if you've been in for a while and you've just been doing the do, congratulations for showing up in your life and in this team. Just congratulations. You guys are rock stars. And before I throw this over to my beautiful husband, who's going to introduce the trainer, I want to say that I got to give you a little history on Chris. We were at an event in Vegas with Isagenix in Vegas, right? And gosh, was it Celebration? I think it was Celebration. And I was walking through the casino to our event, and I met Chris. And I took Chris into the world of Isagenix and showed him around, and he was just really hyped up. He'd been looking for something and he was ready. And then life happened, right? As it does with some people. And we all know that just because somebody doesn't join us right now, I feel there is a day that they're going to. And Chris, you're proof of that. And we've never forgotten about you. We had an instant connection when we met. And Jeff and I are just so happy that you have just joined this team and you turned consultant and you are just ready to rock this business. You guys, he is an author and he is just an all-around, I don't know a whole lot about him, but I know he's an all-around great guy. And so we're just happy to have you on the team. Welcome, Chris, welcome. So excited to have you here. All right, now I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Jeff Beebe, my other half, never a better half, we're an equal half. So my other half, maybe the prettier half, at least the bald half. The other half of couple of the year, I have to say that, because I mean, how long do we get to say that for, right? Millionaire number 244, 8-star, Golden Circle, 9-star crystal, which it's going to change really soon because we have an executive break-in this week. Take it away, Mr. Jeff Beebe.
Thank you. And you know what? It lights us up. This team is in massive growth. And see, you got to look at all those recognitions just now. Think of how many people, that was just who that we were just recognizing them. They touched people. They touched you. This team is growing by leaps and bounds. So we appreciate every single one of you because we're impacting the world. So thank you for that. And I just want to hit on a few little things for you guys all focused at when are they going to announce for the top achievers and the winners on that. We got some insight because I'm checking my thing every morning. I woke up right to it to check it. Who's in the lineup? And they need time to calculate it. And so the numbers will be released because he just said there's massive numbers that came in. Like Samantha Lockisher enrolled 60 people last week or this last month, 60. because to be in. So massive numbers. So they're going to announce that in March, early March. We'll get to know when Top Achievers is there. And then next week, this is important to get your team on, everybody on this Zoom, because my powerhouse, Debbie, the other couple of the year right here, is going to do intensive training on the leadership and action formula, because now is the time, if we all stay 100% connected to that and follow it as a business starting now, this whole team will be at Top Achievers. We'll dominate that board, but we need to start now, and let's just rock and roll. So anyways, that's it. Next week's going to be that, but today you're going to get some phenomenal training. Chris Harville and Michael King, but Chris Harville reached out to us. We were in Hawaii at a Top Achievers in Hawaii. My phone rings, a message, call him right back, studied the comp plan, studied the product, ready to get enrolled, value pack, straight in, straight to business. And he's rocked and rolled ever since. He's a 2-star crystal, 3-star, 2-star, 3-star, 3-star crystal executive. And he's going to give us some tools tonight. And thank you for being you, and thank you for bringing the goods that you bring. Take it away, Chris.
All right, so I appreciate that. This is either going to be a really good Zoom or it's going to stink, because we're going to just go play it by ear. I got Michael King here. Michael, are you ready to do? Are we? It's me and him both. Can I go? Let Michael go, and then we're going to go back and forth for a minute, and then I'm going to close it out. Okay.
It's your Zoom. Go.
Michael, hit it.
Okay, I've known Chris since about 95.
Hold on, real quick. This is my friend Michael King. He's a car guy. He's been run parts department. He's done all of it. He's been sales his whole adult life. This is no different, guys. This is no different than selling anything. And what you're going to see tonight, I think you'll realize that. With that being said, Michael's our new rising star. Hit it.
Okay, we got in 1st of November, about 3 weeks, went to Crystal Manager, and then got sick and had the virus for about 6 weeks. My wife and I both been looking for something strong. She's been teaching 1st grade for about 29 years. And as Chris just said, I've been in management for 30 years from everything you can think of. A little background, currently I manage property management company, real estate property buying business, and a renovations company. So I'm running 3 businesses and now isogenic. So it kind of shocks me sometimes when I hear people tell me they don't have time to do this business. So isogenics is worthy of your time and your efforts if you'll put something into it. And, Chris and I were talking, I probably have trained over 1,000 people, and I know he has over the last 30 years. I'm comfortable in front of 500, but I really like the 101. And the 101 is simply because I can watch a person's body language and facial expressions while they're giving a response to a question. That's enough about the background. Let's go ahead and talk about training and motivation, because that's not going to make you any money. This training Chris is fixing to do, it will make you some money. And so I want to ask y'all a question about isogenics personally. And, this is my deal is about wants and needs, not about the product tonight. Are you a renter? Are you an owner? This is a serious business, reference in my business, but some treat it like a hobby. For instance, if you're a renter, you have a property owner who takes care of everything as a rule of thumb. If you're an owner and you're bought in, you have to take care of everything, just like a business. It is your business, and only you are responsible for your business. So if you were the owner of a business with 100 people, call you incorporated, based on your isogenics efforts currently, Chris and I have asked this a lot of times, would you keep you or fire you? Some of us, aren't stepping up. We need to step up for the whole team. Now, don't get me wrong. I love renters because they make the world go around by creating that thing we all like to know and love called a cycle. So we love renters, but we need the owners as well. Chris got us in by paying $5.99 for the value pack. Most of us did, which is, in my opinion, way undervalued for what you get. This is an extremely profitable business. So take it and plan it out and move forward. Now let's talk about prospects and yourself and wants and needs and motivation. I'm taking for granted you can get yourself in front of one or two people, but what about them? Chris and I have talked about this a little bit. What about them when you get in front of did you know some people are not motivated by money? I know, shocking, but true. So you need to find out what they want or what they need. And those are two actually separate things. Recently, I was talking to somebody that had over the last year had went from 315 to 169 pounds. She wanted to be able to cross her legs. So what you think somebody actually may want or need may not actually be it. Get personal with them, as you will see Chris do time and time and time again. Be genuine. If you want to increase your influence, as Emily says, all you have to do is add people to value to people's lives. Are you adding value to your prospect's life that you're talking to? If you are, yes, stay in touch with them, especially while they're in the trial phase, and definitely the whole period, but especially in the beginning. Something as simple as I'm having an awesome, fantastic day. How's your day going? That'll make all the difference in the world. That's being positive. They're going to respond back positive to you. Be uplifting. Talk to them. Be sincere. Chris and I have used a lot of different techniques over the last 25 years, but personality traits on if me and him are talking to somebody, we've used DIS and C, the type charts, based on personality. And you can do that online and find out what your chart are. Like Debbie's going to be a D-type personality with a over-the-top I. Probably more of a D-type than Jeff, okay? But you see these different types of people and you feel them and you feel that energy. And guys, this is an energy business, just like in the car business. So we need these traits, but remember, we need the renters, but remember, 85% of the people are using it. So find out what their purpose is. Find out what breaks them down. And I'm gonna give you one thing tonight. It's not about the product, because guys, I've been in it 3 weeks, okay? I don't really have an eisogenic story to share with you, but I'm gonna share something with you that I want you to think about wants and needs, because those are completely different. And while that comes as second nature to Chris and I, for some people, it really doesn't. Have you ever met somebody? Let's take Jeff, for example. Jeff was out there as a key grip for 30 years. Jeff's probably set in his ways just a little bit on how he did things. Well, that's the same way with the car business with Chris and I. And most technicians that have been doing it 15, 20 years, you've got to find out what their wants and needs are. So I had one that was extremely capable. So I wanted to set a new goal for him, and he asked me point blank, as some of our people may ask us in the future, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? And I said, well, he said, if I reach your goal, my wife gets more money and Uncle Sam gets more in taxes. There's nothing in it for me except I get exhausted. And this is very, very knowledgeable person, but he's living paycheck to paycheck like 78% of the people are in the world, or at least in the US. So this was a turning point. I found out that he had an older car, as Chris and I have talked about in the back. And guys, over a short period of time, me and him went back there and talked about it. I said, let's go take a look at it. He was shocked. That was his need. That was what motivated him. So over a period of time, we went through and we rebuilt the engine, put new interior. I painted that car since I was service parts and body shop director and trying to GM another store. His wife never missed the money because his money went up. His time went up. He hit my bonuses. I moved his bonus money into the car, and I figured out what he needed. So I want to take that time to point that out to you, that it really and truly comes down to, his wife come in 4 weeks later and said, what have you done to my husband? I said, what do you mean? She says, he's coming home at night and he's happy. We have a better life now. And she says, and I said, he's got a car out here in the back and we're working on it a little bit. So if you'll find out these people that you were talking to, I mean, you know, Jeff or I could be at a restaurant, I get ready to leave and I can lay 2 business cards down and go, hey, you want to lose some weight? Do you know anybody who wants to lose some weight and make some money and go on, get their phone numbers and never leave anywhere without getting it? But put them in AH. God, Chris has drilled that into me. Start putting them in AH. You know, I'm the perfect example of Chris pitched this to me 22 months ago. It was a wrong time. There's never a wrong prospect. It's just generally the wrong time. Always come back, which he did. Me and him sat down, I don't know, like I said, about 60 days ago, and he come back and said, hey man, I'm still doing the same thing. And I said, what? Now he knows I've got 3 successful businesses, but he still made the extra effort to put me into it. So my wife and I, probably by the end of this year, she will quit teaching school and I will close all 3 businesses I have down to do Isogenics full time. So if a guy's got these kind of 3 businesses, and you've always heard millionaires are, you know, 9 out of 10 millionaires are made in the real estate world, I'm here to tell you, you need to be looking at Isogenics because this is where the millionaires are made. And that's all I got.
Dude, great job. Okay, good job. Good job. Stay there for a minute. He touched on something, guys. I want to show you about staying in the game. I gave 5 3-way phone calls last week. Closed all of them. One is getting his money together. He's all in. But I gave the presentation, and before I give every presentation, I asked the one question. Tell me about you. Guys, you're posting. You're posting, you're getting people interested. You get that person that contacts you. Tell me about you. You got brave enough to contact me, or however you want to say it. Tell me about you. Guys, they will give you their life story. You know, one particular says, man, I'm 60 pounds overweight. I can't do this. I can't do that. I have 0 energy. I did this when I was a kid. My daddy treated me like this and this and this. I mean, they just tell you everything. But what they're telling you, if you listen, is how to close them. They will tell you what's important to them. So, Michael, you just reached out to me and you said, man, I'm 60 pounds overweight. I have no energy. I hate my job. There's no way out, but I got to do something. I've got to do something. And I just gave you the presentation. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, this is how it works every day. Shake, snack, meal. Boom, boom, boom. This is what the cleanse does. Bow, bow, bow. Would you trust me for 30 days? Put this in your body and let's see how it makes you feel. If you love it, you run with it. If you don't, you get your money back. Now I have no idea what you're going to say. Just give me an objection.
I don't have the money.
Don't have the money. Now, guys, most people are going to say, and I know this for a fact, raise your hand if you ever done this. Well, man, I understand that. Just get with me when it's your time. Get with me when you're ready. How many of you done that? Everybody, hey, get with me when it's time. I get it, man. Everybody's broke right now. They've got you sold that they have no money. They really just told you, number one, money's not the excuse. Every time they give you an objection, it's something else. They've got to really go talk to mama. They really got to go talk to daddy. They got to do something else. It's not the money. But you're going to say anything to stay in the game. Like he has no money. Well, tell me, what's the real reason, Michael? And this is somebody that I know for friends. We're not tight, but we've met on Facebook and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm not comfortable enough to cuss him yet, but I can say, come on, man. It's not the money. What is it really?
All the programs I've tried in the past have failed. I just don't know if I could stay on it. You know, I need to be motivated.
Now, a lot of times they're going to come back with the money and a money and a money.
Yes.
You'll say, look, if money wasn't the object, would you get in?
Right.
If money wasn't the problem here, would this be something you see yourself doing? Remember that. If money wasn't the object, and when they say, yeah, I can see myself doing this, well, what do you like about the program? Well, I like about this or I like about that. But if I ask them, what do they like about the program? Now, Michael just said, I'm just not sure if it's something that I can do. Michael, I just gave you how easy this program is. That's probably an objection you're really not going to get, but you might get it. Mike, this is easy. And you've got more support than you ever dreamed of. Most people buy stuff out there all the time. It sits in their pantry and it goes bad. With this, I've enrolled 200 people plus, whatever your number is. I've had 2 people return it. One of them didn't even open the box, and one was a cousin of mine. They just wanted their dope money back. You know what I mean? And they lost 24 pounds before they returned it. So do you think you really can't do this?
If you will consistently, as Chris and I do this back and forth, keep going for the close, keep going for the close, keep going for the close, you'll either find out what the ultimate objection is, or you'll break them down and you'll get it. And guys, that's part of it. But I don't really have any more objections, man. I mean, sign me up.
Another one's going to say, that was just one or two goes backs. Another one's going to say, man, I got to talk to my wife.
Oh, yes.
What's your wife going to say? You know your wife better than anybody. What's your wife going to say?
Hey, she's got to go buy some ammo. Remember the conversation? She's got to go buy some ammo.
I literally had one.
Tell this conversation.
I'm going to read this. This is for real. Hang on a second. So she says, and you got this thinking, I'm feeling like I always get encouraged. That's what you do. Reminder. Hey, sorry, I never texted back. Chloe had my phone. Then yesterday was busy day. I'm the Sunday school, I can't do it right now, but as soon as I find something else, I want to start back. I know I have to eat for $400 because I told her you got to eat, right? I said, I'm here. Are you staying home? I'm actually, hang on a second, this isn't it. She said something about her husband going and buying ammo and doing all this stuff, and they're doing renovations and I unfortunately learned that, especially during me struggling with 115. Honestly, I didn't know. Anyway, I just said, look, you got to eat. You got to eat. And honestly, you said you need to lose 100 pounds. You said you don't feel good. You're thinking about quitting your job. That's a little bit more important than ammo right now. You know? I said, your husband's got to understand that. And she goes, I'm just going to move money from my savings. I'll be signing up later on.
It sure did.
You got to go back and forth. You got to go back and forth. So it's called staying in the game. Just stay in the game. Mike, thank you. Stay in the game. I'm looking at a whole bunch of faces here that's been on here a while. So you get this stuff. I'm looking at Albie Shepherd. This dude's taking college, and you can tell. Look at him. Look at this, man. I am beautiful. My wife told me I was looking good today. It's collagen, right? I want y'all to imagine something. It is 2001, whatever. There's no internet on your phone. You have no smartphone. You have no Zooms. We have no real conference calling. You have not a lot of internet activity as far as for your business. You have nothing. You have no packs, right? There's a shake and cleanse, or there's a cleanse and I think a shake. And our company just started. Guys, we got a bunch of millionaires that started just like that. You know how they did it? They were hammering the phones and they were saying, I got something you need to look at. I got something you need to look at. I got something you need to look at. And they enrolled. And they helped them enroll too. They enrolled, they helped them find 2 people. They enrolled, they helped them find 2 people, and they became millionaires in the company. And a lot of you have met these people. And then comes the internet, then comes Facebook, and then comes the PACs, and we had this huge momentum shift. Huge momentum shift. I wasn't involved. God, I wish I'd have been involved. But we had this huge momentum shift. and the company just did like this, right? And then you got Facebook groups, you got threads, you got all this stuff. Those are tools that just make it even easier. But think back on what these people back here had. And they were just pounding the pavement, as I call it. They were just working. What's the difference? The difference now is we're making it a lot harder. We're making it to where we got to figure this out and we've got to figure this out. And there's this process and there's a way to do this and there's a way to do that. And he doesn't like this, but she doesn't like that. Guys, there's nothing different here. It's just sales. Now we got another game-changing product with collagen. Look at the synergy that's happened. I knew it was going to happen. It was so easy to call. Somebody put in the chat a minute ago that we had our biggest what did she say? The biggest acquisition date in history, customer acquisition yesterday. I guess most enrollments ever yesterday in the company. Guys, you've got a multi-line business now, and you've got an excuse or a reason to call everybody. The only thing I'm pretty much ever going to train on ever again are the map to executive. I don't know where to find this. It's an Isogenics business somewhere, but it's the map to crystal executive. It's basically you and 5 people on each side that you're going to help fine tune. The first thing I did was I got this page and I visualized the people that I was going to put on those lines. I did my memory jogger. Who's the dentist? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? You just go look up memory jogger online, and you'll jog your memory, and you'll start remembering a whole lot of people that you still haven't talked to. I know I can get that guy. I know I can get that girl. You put them on this sheet, right? Put them on there. Visualize it, because if you visualize it, you can make it happen. Visualize that $1 million. Visualize whatever. Put them on this sheet. Isogenicsbusiness.com. I lived there first 120 days. I'm going to live there again for the rest of my life, probably, because everything you need is in isogenicsbusiness.com. Go to, I think it's income producing activities. You got Kathy Cooper's video, Drive the Line. Y'all go watch that video. Watch it again and watch it again. She makes it so easy. God, if you're not in love with Kathy Cooper, something's wrong with you. She is a hammer. Watch that video. Next to her, you've got Laura Stevens. I think it's a roadmap to Crystal Executive up to 3-star. She lays it out. Just her story. I think she went to 7-star in no time. She was a broke military wife. He was overseas. He came home and everything was paid for because she had a must, right? In isogenicsbusiness.com, income producing activity sheet. You got part-time and you got full-time. I want you to listen to this. Your full-time, you got 3 new contacts. 3, I'm just saying full-time because I don't care if you work 80 hours a week, you can still do this. 3 new contacts a day. 3 follow-ups. It doesn't feel like you're doing anything. It doesn't feel like you're going to get anywhere by doing this. 3 acts of service, which can include birthday messages. You should be doing that every morning. Social media posts, 3 per day. I hope you're doing that. If you don't, you're missing the boat. Team building activities, and there's participating IsoBody challenges and stuff like that. Minimum of 1 area of personal development. You should be doing that every day. Every day. Guys, the regular people on the street, they don't know personal development. I've had people ask me, what is personal development? They have no idea who Anthony Robbins is. I know you guys got to know who Anthony Robbins is. He changed my life at 22 years old. But they don't know. So now you're a life coach because you're going to introduce them to these people, and you're really going to get in their heads and help them because they have no idea what they're doing in life. Intention statement. Today, I will allow myself to attract people who are you looking for? Call it. Call it. I'm looking for salespeople. I'm looking for heroes that don't know they're heroes yet, right? Gratitude. Why you're grateful and why. What you're grateful for and why. And goals with dates. Now think about that. 3 new contacts. In a month, that's 90. In a year, it's 1,080. If you suck and you close 10% of them, you just closed 108 people. Can you talk to 3 people a day? Can you give them that presentation that I gave you and then ask the closing question. By the way, I got from Jim Coover on isogenicsbusiness.com on one of his speeches 2 years ago. Would you trust me for 30 days to put this in your body? If you love it, you run with it. If you don't, you get your money back. Guys, that's the closing question. But a lot of times I've seen people give a killer presentation. And at the end, they'll say, what'd you think? Well, what'd you think? Oh man, I think it's good. I'm gonna think about it. Bye. I've seen that thousands and thousands of times over my 30 years of being in sales. But if you ask the question, it shouldn't be 3 new contacts. It should be 3 times that you ask that question. Would you trust me for 30 days to put this in? But you already know they're 80 pounds overweight. You already know that they need to lose weight. You already know that they hate life and that they have no energy and they hate their job and everything else. So, Alfie, dude, you told me all this stuff. Would you trust me for 30 days to put this in your body? See how it makes you feel. If it does everything as advertised, you run with me. And if you don't, you get your money back. Guys, how can they say no to that question? And if they do, there's an objection somewhere. They're scared that they can't. Everybody's been told that they suck their whole life, the regular people, right? We're past that point. We know better. But the regular people, they've been beaten down. They've been beaten down by their parents. They've been told that they're not good enough. Maybe their boss told them they suck. Maybe their spouse, maybe whatever. Hell, teenage kids will tell you you suck. And it gets in their heads. I've seen it get in my wife's head, when my 13-year-old would tell her something. And it just, and it's just 13 years old, 8 years ago. But it gets in their heads, guys. This is where you got to get in their head and let them know they're good enough. They're badass enough, and that they can do anything that they want to achieve. If you're broke, I got you. If you need to lose that 80 pounds, I got you. It just starts 1 foot at a time. And next week when you're down 5 pounds, it's like, damn, I just lost 5 pounds. How many of you have had that success story yet? 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Abby Shepard just put an Ice Body winner on the plate, right? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at your face every time I look to the left here, man. Guys, that's what we have. So income producing activities, print it off. It's on isogenicsbusiness.com. Income producing activities, and then there's all this stuff on there. There's a 30-day action plan on there. Print it off. I will share the story how many times a day, how many days a week. I will enroll X amount of people. Guys, you don't have to enroll 20 people a month, 30 people a month. They've got 2 enrollments and 5 enrollments here. Get your footing. Let that momentum sink in. Let that synergy start happening. Because that's what it's all about. Once the synergy starts happening, then you get that one person under you that gets that vision. Oh, there's some more synergy. And then 2 or 3 steps down, there's somebody that you didn't enroll. Your people didn't even enroll, but there's somebody under you that has it. You want to link up with that person. And y'all can trade information and let more synergy happen. That's when it starts getting exciting. I'm going to tell you, for the first year, I really felt like I was by myself. I could not enroll anybody that got it. Thomas Campbell was my guy. But he was doing this and doing that and doing that. He wasn't interested in the business so much. So he enrolled a few people, but he wasn't all in, right? But I kept clicking and kept clicking and kept clicking. Guys, most people are going to fail in this business because you simply quit or you don't start, right? But most people want that $1 million business right now. You want it so bad. You hate your job so bad, or you hate your situation so bad, and you just stop because 3 weeks in, I've been posting, I've been doing what he said, but I just hadn't enrolled anybody. I just hadn't got it yet. I hadn't even cycled but one time, and that was on my own order. How stupid is it that the company pays you on their own orders, really? But they do. I got somebody yesterday cycled 13 times because he put somebody on his left-hand side and he got paid on all his orders for the last year. 13 times. But they'll quit before they get started. I'm looking at everybody on this page, and I know there's a couple of more pages on here probably. In 10 years, you're going to really want that maxed out money coming from Isogenics. In 20 years, you're really going to want that maxed out money coming from Isogenics. Right? It may take you 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, but you're going to want that Isogenics maxed out money, and you're going to say, damn, I wish I wouldn't have quit. I wish I wouldn't have quit. This page right here, man, I think that's it. That's your road to executive. And you don't have to be an executive to make $1 million in this company. We promote this because we want you to build a healthy business and find those leaders. But we got people in the business that have literally enrolled a couple of people on their right. Next thing you know, they had a 20 cycle business and it started moving. Some people are lucky like that. That's the genius of our pay plan, right? So we got Cabo coming up. I think she said Debbie's going to train her next week. I got it on a clipboard. That's your deal right there. Your leader in action worksheet. How many enrollments, your 2 PET enrollments, your personally rank advancements, and how many weeks you're at whatever rank. You get points for it. I average 40 or so, 40 to 50, and that's not killing it. Go look at Cal's story. That's our rep, your rep over in California, Cal. Go look at his story. He showed a lady's sheet that had 96 points on it, I think. And it looked like a daggone coloring thing. She had all kinds. That's how you work a leader in action sheet, man. I haven't done it. But knowing somebody got 96 points in a month shows me it's like the 4-minute mile. Once somebody hit it, the whole world started hitting it, right? This lady just hit 96 points on the leader in action formula. If you do that every month, you're going to be way number one and you're going to be a millionaire before you know it. But just knowing somebody hit it, hell, I'm all in. So guys, my message to you is if you're on my team for sure, let me know you want to go to the trip. Let your sponsor know you want to go on this trip. I'm not going to hold you accountable. I'm not going to be your boss because, guys, you are your own boss. You run your business the way you want to run it. You do what you want to do. We got leaders that do all these different things, and we have all these different processes, and we say all these different things, but the end result is conversating, presentating, asking the closing question, right? How many years have I been saying this? Conversate, presentate, ask the question. Would you trust me for 30 days? That's how simple this is. Forget that we got Facebook. Forget that we got groups. Forget that we have Zooms. Forget that we have all these tools. What did they do on day one that got them all the success? And now pick these tools out here that are available. Find out which one's going to be, because there's so many and it can go all get in your head and just jack you up. Find out what's going to work for you that'll keep you busy, that won't weigh you down, and then run like hell with it. Because everybody on this page that I'm looking at has been here long enough to know, you know what to do. You know what to say. You just got to practice a little bit more. You've already been in personal development. You've already rented own space in your own head. You already know you got to get out of your way. You already know all those things. Guys, let's just act. Let's take action now. When you get off the phone tonight before you go to bed, shoot out 5 messages. Please, shoot out 5 messages to different messages to different people. Hey, I got something you need to look at. Hey, have you been watching me on Facebook? I got something I really need to talk to you about tomorrow or tonight if you're available. Say whatever you want to, but shoot out 5 messages to people that you just really hadn't been talking to a lot. You'll find out that you're not going to die. You'll find out that somebody might respond. You'll find out that somebody might not respond. And it's okay. Over time, you're going to figure out that you got a hater or two. They hate themselves. That's a fact. Figure out how you can get in that hater's head and change their life. Because you've got the power, right? They suck. They're telling you they suck when they're hating on you. Or you can just block. I literally had one that said, spoken like a true car salesman. If your products were any good, they'd be in the mainstream stores. And I said, really? I didn't go back and forth with him. And then he got smart again. I unfriended and blocked him. He still lives in our low income housing houses that we grew up in. He's never going to change. He was a bully then. Apparently he's a bully now. I hadn't talked to him in 30 years and he just posted that on my thing a couple months after I first started. It's still in my head. I'm telling you about it right now. I remember it. It's not bothering me, but it drove me, right? Bring me the haters all day long. Bring me the haters. I'm in. It's 8:17, guys. I hope you got something out of this. I just want you to know that if you talk to 3 people a day, if you add 3 people to the page, if you do it daily, there's absolutely zero way you can lose. And the benefit that you have, they're taking 110 people to feed or to Cabo next year. The benefit that you have is that most people won't do it. There's no competition here. Most people will not do it. But we've got how many people on this page? We got 49 people on this page. How many of you will? Guys, Renee, Caney, and Mike, Jesus, they've had more activity this past week than they've had since I've been in the business. Their synergy, their activity, their excitement, and their enthusiasm is what's doing it. Because Renee, if you get on here in a second, right when I get through, I would imagine that they started, they got excited, their enthusiasm ramped up, which made them reach out to even more people, which made them get more aggressive, and it just synergy started happening. Am I right?
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
Pretty
You
much.
just, you know.
That and a decision.
Guys, make the decision today, please. Make the decision tonight. Send out 5 of those messages. Who cares if you get something back? Just send it out. Tomorrow, tonight, make the commitment that tomorrow we're going to do this every single day and we're going to get better. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a plan to get started tomorrow, believe me, because the plan don't work. I've tried to make it perfect every time and the plan does not work. Just make the commitment that you're going to do something. Stick to it. And as you do, you're going to get better. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. And I feel like after 2.5 years, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to run. There's nothing that can stop me. There's nothing that can stop you. Right? Guys, I hope I touched y'all in some way. We got a couple of minutes if somebody wants to say anything. But guys, just don't cut yourself short, man. In 10 years, you're going to be wishing you had that maxed out money coming in. In 20 years, you're going to be wishing, what's life going to be when you got that money coming in? What's life going to be like when you've got that money coming in? And just so you know, the minimum is $13,500 a week on a maxed out center.
27.
Jeff?
27. Yeah, the minimum.
Well,
and it's 27. But, you know, Chris, just thank you for this training. And, you know, you see how simple it is, guys. And when he showed that sheet of the accountability sheet on how many people full-time, part-time's 3 appointments. And when he says this, it just rang a bell to us, Debbie and I. It rang a bell to me. I'm sitting at my desk and I keep something for a reminder. And this right here, you see that? See that? This is my nice $1 million wallet right here. This flipping little coin, this silver dollar here. And you see 3 coins sitting on my desk right here. 3 coins. I keep them here to remind me. These 3 coins. And when it got rough, I had 3 silver dollars right here. And I sit and remind myself, this got given to me by a millionaire in the company. And he said to me, he goes, I'm going to give you this coin. This is my millionaire coin. He goes, I had accountability partners and that we had to talk to 3 people a day. Whenever we felt this heavy coin in our pocket, no matter where we were, we had to spin around, had to talk to him. And he goes, and if I ask you to show me my coin, show you the coin, and it goes for me too. You owe me $100 if you can't show it. I've carried this coin for 7.5 years right here. And so what I did to make my 3 appointments a day, like Chris said, I gave Debbie a commitment because I told Debbie I'd quit. I mean, I told Debbie to quit at first. And I'm so thankful she didn't listen to me. And then once I had my transformation, I said, I'm all in. What do I do? And her, Jennifer, said, give me 3 appointments a day. That's all I'm asking you. Can you do 3? That's all I'm asking. 3 appointments. I'm working full time, 18-hour days. I can do that. That's simple. And so every day I set 3 appointments, and a couple times I lacked it. So I took these 3 coins right here and I put in my shoe every day. And I went straight to work. By 10 o'clock, I had appointments. I just asked her, hey, can I get an email and phone number? Can I show you what my wife's doing? It may be for you or somebody else, but I have to set 3 appointments. I got 3 coins in my shoe and they're bugging the crap out of me. And I get to take one out every time I get an email and a phone number, and she can send you some information, please. That's how drastic I was. I got 3 appointments every day by 10 o'clock. Then when I got lacked, I got tired, I went and got flipping 3 silver dollars. I said, these things are going to really bug my ass in my shoe. I want them out quick. And that's what I did. We hit 7 figures in 3.5 years. It works. What he just taught you works. But you just got, it's a money thing. A numbers thing. You just got to bless people. You just got to keep blessing, keep asking that closing question that Chris said to ask. Will you trust me for 30 days? And if you love it, you'll run with us. If you don't, you get your money back.
Hey, real quick. Andrea Metzler enrolled 5 people last week. Andrea enrolled 5 freaking people last week.
5. Andrea, can you do me a favor real quick? And we got 5 minutes.
Is there some enthusiasm there, Andrea?
Can you unmute real quick?
Oh yeah.
What was the difference from last week or the week before or this last month? What was the difference?
I messaged hundreds of people in the last week, and I hadn't done that before.
It's a numbers game. She had 5 enrollments, guys. And now she's going to have 5 conversations about getting their products paid for and 5 conversations about the business side of what she does, because she has a story. Look what she made. It's a single mom of 5 kids. How beautiful is that? So I want each and every person, thank you for this training, Mike. Thank you for this training, Chris. And I just want Debbie and I want each and every person at Top Achievers. We all deserve it. You deserve it. And it's about touching lives. And we got something that really can impact people's lives. And just get out of your own way. Who cares about what people think? You're making a difference in people's life. And that's it. Next week,
I have a couple.
If you really want to learn, Debbie and I have never missed any. We've earned, not one, earned every Top Achievers, every contest, every rally thing. If you want to learn how to do it, be on the Zoom next week. She's going to go through the leadership in action, all the steps, how to do the points, how to do everything. And let's run. This is the first week. So if we all run hard, we're going to all be there. And look how big our businesses will be by the end of the year. We'll be flipping. All be 6-figure income earners. Everybody be maxed out. Everybody be in Cabo with their flipping feet out in the sand, talking to people on the phone like network marketers, or hey, people be surrounding around you. Anyways, go, Debbie.
All right. I just an extra special thank you to Michael and to Chris. That was phenomenal. Thank you both. We so appreciate you. Chris touched on it. Jeff touched on it. I will be teaching Leader in Action next week. And go get your form. I have 12 months printed out. I see Chris has his on a clipboard and it's in the pretty blue like it is in the back office. I just do black and white on my machine. You guys do whatever you want to do. And I love how you talked about the girl that did 96 had scribbles all over it, because I decorate mine. I put hearts and I'm like, Happy New Year. And I make it fun, because if it's not fun, what are we doing it for? Right? But
you notice there's 60 on the bottom of that baby.
But you can go into your back office and look under contest and promotions, click on that. And then on the lower left-hand side, you will see where it says Leader in Action Worksheet. You can print that out. And I highly recommend you print it out for next week. Now, listen, maybe some of you are new, or maybe some of you have been around for a while, and you've got this mindset like, yeah, they're only taking 100 something people. I'll never make it. You gotta, yeah, I saw Chris shake his head. No, you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. It's an even playing field that we have. There were 50 people on here. I don't know how many's on now. What if all 50 of us went? How fun would that be? I taught on our call this morning, our pros call this morning, and I gave the numbers of the bonuses, the gap money. And I titled it, Did You Know? Please go back and listen to that. Share that with your teammates, because that gap money is big. That gap money is going to make a difference in somebody's life. You know, whether it's a couple extra $100 or a couple extra $1,000 while they're getting started in their business. But here's what I really want to point out about that and about this leader in action. Let's pretend like you don't go. You don't make it. You know what you did make? You made a big organization. You brought in more people. You gave more people an opportunity to win. You gave yourself a win. Listen to Chris. What did he say? 10 years from now, you'd be like, oh, dang, wish I would have stayed in the game. Like, if you didn't get to top achievers, you got a bigger team, you got a bigger organization, and you helped more people win. So I want that mindset to be what you've got going on, not already, oh no, that ain't gonna work for me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you've got to go get that sheet out. And you've got to start today. If you didn't start today, for sure tomorrow, having those conversations, getting people started, getting people to rank advance, consultant, manager, director, executive, helping them. And you got to be paid as. Get to consultant if you're not. Get to manager if you're already consultant. Get to director if you're already manager. Get to executive starting tomorrow, because you think that it starts next week because I'm training on it. No, it started today. The points start today. It's a new commission month. The contest started today. So get your sheet out, print it out, and be ready for next week. And I'm gonna say one more thing about this, because I had a belief in myself that when it came to math and when it came to numbers, that I got, you know what? There's more checks in my checkbook. So what? This is pre-Isogenics. I don't need to know the numbers. I got it. Yeah, okay. And so when anybody would talk about numbers or math in any situation, especially business or a seminar or whatever, I would check out, because I told myself I wasn't smart enough to get it. I did. I wasn't smart enough. I can't understand it. And I would check out. Don't do this. Don't check out, because you are smart enough and it is easy. And I'm going to explain it next week. And if you don't get it, it's okay, because we'll keep explaining it until you do. And if you don't, it's okay, because all you need to know is presentate. Right, Chris? That's all you got to do. Conversate, presentate. How does that go? What's your order? Go ahead.
Conversate, presentate, ask the closing question.
That's it. That's all you need to know. And the numbers fall into place. And we're here to help you with that. So please don't check out. And I'm really excited to bring that to you next week. And we'll talk about it. And I will make it as easy as I can. I promise. Now, tomorrow night, we have our Difference Maker Zoom with Christina Potter. She has 2 guests that will be on at 6 p.m. PST. It's this same address as this Zoom. Bring people, invite people that are taking a look at Isogenics. They're going to learn the stories and what Isogenics has in store for them. She has 2 guests. She has Valerie Bullock, who's on tonight. She's got her that's going to share her story. And then she has Nicola Holdsworth that's been in Isogenics for 6-7 years. So it's going to be really great. Please be on that and invite. And then we have Shelly Jeffries, who does Ideal Life presentation on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. She posts that everywhere. It's a different Zoom number. Invite your guests to that. It's a presentation that you don't have to do. It's an extra presentation out there for the whole team. So invite people to that. And Shelley is so mindful, both Christina and Shelley are so mindful to tell the guests on the Zoom to get back to the person that invited them to take a look. But take responsibility in your business. Already have a follow-up appointment with the people you invite. But both of them always say that. So with that, we're going to close it out. And I think Michael King is the one that should yell 1, 2, 3 Isogenics. Go ahead and unmute yourself, everybody. And we'll see you next Monday night on the Zoom. And we love you all. All right, we're unmuted. Michael King, you're taking us out.
1, 2, 3.
Isogenics! Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Awesome.
Right.
Guys,
Thank
great
you.
training.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless y'all.
Guys.
Guys.
Thank
They're
you,
Good
guys.
night.
Snowy Fraser Park, California. Bye-bye.